Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is gonna be the ultimate Spencer build. I might just call it the best build, or whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna put on the title, but maybe I'll put unbeatable or something. But this build is really, I honestly might be just unbeatable, just like I call it, because I never really lost with it. But because it's similar to that Alex build, so and that build is definitely unbeatable. So you know. Since it's the same strategy and everything, you'll see on the I have like 3 matches I believe in this video. Oh, and don't worry, I'm gonna cover the build. I know the first I kind of on this first match I kind of went over the build so quickly there at the start, but you guys will be able to on the other games coming to like pause the video and everything because I'll hover over the build a little longer on the next matches. But let me go over and explain the build, right? So essentially, it's a trap build. Like, I don't think there's even a single creature on this build, or a gun for that matter. It's really just traps. And the equipment that I'm using is really also all trap related. Which again, I think I'm gonna wait for the next match to cover those, because then I'll have the screen like hovering over it so you guys can see as well. But as you can see, the idea is really that the traps are setting up so fast that the survivors can't really react to them, that much. And you see, I'm also using the Red Queen mod, which allows me to blow the trap faster manually. And I'm also using equipment that complements the speed of the activation as well as the speed that the traps become active. And this is like the main like strategy of the build is really the doors that only Spencer has. It's something that really synergizes with the build, as you can see there, because I'm using one of the passives that I'm using for the perks is the one that he locks the doors at level 3 immediately. And another fact of this same passive is that every card that you use, it's also going to reduce the cooldown of the what's it called, the well, activating things manually, right? The C, I think it's called EIS. I believe it's EIS. EIS system or something like that is the actual like technical name and everything. So what that essentially comes down to in practice is that you see right there that I was kind of blowing them like away from the door, and I'm using cars to do that with the traps, and that's so it all that blowing them off the door allows me to close the door again, so they have to open a level 3 door again, and I can also, because I'm using cars to do that, it's also reducing the cooldown, so I can lock the same door again even faster. So it's like not just that, but I'm also using the recharge ability on the other passive perk, which allows me to recharge my bioenergy on doors, by closing doors as well as turning off the light switches and everything. So as you can see there, the first game was like complete domination, as you can see. Now moving on to the next matches, let me go over the build a little more here with the hovering over this stuff. Now I'm essentially I'm also only using traps that kind of lock them in place. This is my preset here of the infection, but it really doesn't matter. And you see right there, I'm going over the things there, and now you see right there, those three, the first, the third, and the fourth slot there for the equipment is really just for reducing the time it takes for the trap to become active. I have the greatly, the moderately, and the third slot there. It's also reduces moderately as well as gives me bioenergy when they get hit by my traps. And the second perk, the second equipment there is the one that allows me to activate the traps a little faster. That's meant to combo with the Red Queen. That makes it so I can activate the traps in 2 seconds. And all those three for activation makes so the trap is going to become active in I think it takes 1 second actually. Yeah, it's going to take 1 second from the time you place the trap for it to become active, which is essentially nothing. I found this to be the best balance because you could take some of these out for faster activation speed, for example. I tried that, but I mean, this is what I came down to be the best, like balance of everything regarding like like activation speed, as well as the time it takes for the child to become active. This is the best balance that I found. And let me go over the passives again, the perks now, not the equipment, the perks. I went over it there, but let me just actually mention them by name so you guys know. So like I said, for the D field, I'm using the one where you get the D field faster every time you're using cards, which combos, since I'm essentially spamming cards here, it combos pretty well with that. And the second passive perk that I'm using, I already mentioned it, but it's the one that locks the doors instantly on level 3, and it also reduces the cooldown every time of the EIS every time I use a card. And for the final one, I'm using the recharge, okay? So the recharge allows me to get energy from closing doors, as well as the light switches, turning them off. And that pretty much covers it. Now, as you can see, because they have to open doors, they have to go like that little animation of opening the doors, and especially being in level 3 door, I essentially can get free traps like right there. You see the Tyrone, like he has like nowhere to go because he has to open the door. And if he opens the door, I can hit him with the traps, He has like nothing really he can do. He can try to shoot the camera, but then I have a shield on my deck, which I can leave there in my hand ready for when I need it. And this is the best variation, by the way, out of all the 3 matches. This is the best variation of the card deck. It is the one that I have the quick draw there. Okay, that's definitely the best one, because then you can use the quick draw. Like sometimes you do not need to shoot or something, or you just want to get another type of trap, and having the quick draw there allows you to do that. Or as well as especially on the area 2, because his special card is really like bad. It kind of clunks your hand. The special card that gives you a random special card from the other any of the other like masterminds. That one's bad because it is expensive, and it just it clumps your hand. Like you want to use straps and you can't because you have to use that dumb card. So by having the quick draw is also another way that helps you get rid of that card when you get it. Especially you see right there, like sometimes you don't need the shield. Like right there, you see I have the shield, but I'm not really using it. That would be like an instance you can use the quick draw as well. Then you to like swap the 2 cards for better traps and everything. And the clone also helps because helps me use the same traps again over the best traps, which is the air one especially, and the high explosive one. Allows me to clone those with the clone card, which is really OP, as you can see. If you couldn't tell. So I pretty much killed the entire team right there before they killed it. And just like I mentioned, she was trying to open a door there, but it's like level 3 door. So unless it's a Tyrone, it's really a pain in the ass for them to open the door. And you can just like keep throwing traps at them, which is something Alex, although similar to this, she doesn't have the level 3 doors, you know. So in that way, this build is actually even kind of better than Alex. He can also get energy faster than Alex because he can like use the switches and everything because of his third passive. This right now, this that I'm showcasing right now, this is the best deck by far. Definitely the best with the quick draw there. I tried using other types of traps. Like I tried using like you could use the tracker mine there as well instead of the quick draw, but I just found that the quick draw is much more versatile. It allows me to switch the card, get the cards I want, get rid of the cards I don't want when I don't need them, and so on. So it was definitely the best deck that I could find there. And you notice by the mods as well that I'm using the discount and the Red Queen mod. Those are pretty crucial as well. And I'm using the discount because I'm spamming so many cards as well. So having the discount makes everything cost 1. So it's really easy to spam, especially the most expensive traps like the high explosive one or whatnot. It allows me to bring down the cost of them. So it's much more spammable that way when I use the discount card. As well as the shield as well. The camera shield becomes 1 cost when I use that as well. Also, sometimes at the start of the game, it's kind of hard to get your mods out. That's something the quick draw can also help you with. If you get a quick draw, like right now, pretend I do not have those two mods in my hands, I could just use the quick draw, and that would like cycle everything, and it would be much faster to get my mods in my hand, because you need the red queen mod for to be actually usable, you know, to be effective. And see, you only sometimes it's very rare, but sometimes as you can, I don't know if you could tell there, but I tried to get rid of the card and the shield, and then actually the clone gave me another shield, so it was like, damn it. But that doesn't happen very often. And you see right now, I don't need the shield, so I can just use the quick draw, and that way I can just access my other cards right away. So that's really way better when you have the. You see, this is what I mean. She has to go, especially when she's doing that animation where she's opening the door. She can't really move, so it gives me free traps essentially. And at that point, you just really just spamming them. And yeah, they will go down eventually because of the, especially because of the high explosive one. All of these traps do damage, except I think except the air one. I don't think it does damage, but all the other ones do, including this one with the shock. That one does damage as well. You can down them with that. And you see, but it's best when you can use the air one. The air one and the explosive one are the most effective one. Effective, although the most expensive as well. Because not only the air one allows you to hit him like twice essentially, you know, because they take so long to get up from the air one that you can just like keep spamming them. So that's really good as well, and it hits multiple people also. The high explosive one is the same thing, but it's better in the sense of the damage side. Like when you can clone the, you see right now when you can clone the air one is really good, and you see how many seconds they're losing there as well, because every like wave of air, it's also taking their time away, especially when hitting multiple people. You see like right now they're all in the doors, like it's gonna be a mess. It was really unfortunate there. I didn't have enough time to blow the trap there, but if those if that trap had gone off, like everyone that was on the door there was gonna get hit. So, and certainly a few people would have gone down as well. Now I thought about actually putting the what's the name, the immobilizing rounds on the deck instead of using the quick draw, but I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of a little too expensive, because I wanted to combo that with the D field, but I just remember as well that I don't have the that equipment that accelerates the speed that the guns set up on the camera. I'm not using that, so it wouldn't work very well with combining with the D field anyways. So that's why I didn't use it. So the only way you can really use the D field here, well, you don't have to use this variation of the D field actually. You could just use the D field that does the eight duplicate D fields that go like one after the other. Which is the third variation, I believe, the very last variation of the D field. You can just use that as well. It would be pretty much free kills. You don't need to combine that with the immobilizing rounds to be effective. So you could just use that as well instead of using what I'm doing here with the D field. And as you can see, just like that, it's pretty deadly because like not only does the traps kill them, but they also take a lot of their time away, and they also not do not get any time back because they're not killing zombies. There's no creatures. You know, they're just like dealing with doors. They can't shoot the traps because if I explode the traps, they're not getting time, you know. So it's really kind of OP this build for sure. And and yeah, guys, that's the build. It's pretty unbeatable. Enjoy it. But yeah, it is kind of broken. And yeah, guys, this is the video. See you guys later. Take care.